for the people who cannot acknowledge the greatness they're seeing, what LeBron has done in year 20. Like, you got to realize this team was in 13th place, the All-Star break.
They love to call it LeBron when they lose.
Yeah.
It's
when they win,
funny about that.
And
I'm not about to sit here and say I'm like some big LeBron James fan. It's mad crazy to me how this man is 38 years old, putting up these numbers, and people are still killing him. I mean,
I've never understood the hate.
I know where it comes from.
and he went off.
As a Pacers fan, yeah, I kind of
He went off, though. I mean, he had everything except for a triple-double. He was one assist away from a triple-double last night, and people are on his head.
I think we're in the age now of the super fan. With all the Twitter discourse, and I actually learned a lot of sports from just having y'all accounts on my feed. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch basketball, but like, I think now the access to fans to talk about things online and do Facebook and Twitter and all that, bruh, it's a whole different breed of fan there is now.
It's harder to be a mainstream athlete now. It's harder than ever now, just because the number of opinions. Now everybody has an opinion, but also a platform. So there's hundreds and thousands of podcasts that have opinions that can be shared right next to the people that have been journalists for 15, 20 years. And some of them are corny too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Line is blurred.
So now everybody can get scrutinized. You got talk shows that consistently talk about LeBron every day for the past 15 years. Use it as clout, use it as content.
Making it money.
And when Jordan was in his prime, it was newspapers. He was gambling, coming in late, playing golf. There was nobody with a phone out watching.
He was still busting ass, though.
He was getting boys 40.
You can't even say that, because
he was getting boys 40.
He was going out golfing, drinking a whole case of beer, playing 18 holes, and then still going to play a game that night and busting ass. So
imagine if Michael Jordan took care of himself. I'm serious.
Say cigars all day and stuff.
Say he didn't drink beer in the locker room. Like, if Michael Jordan was on an actual and I guess he got on a weight program when he's messing with when he wanted to get past the Pistons. But say he had a chef and didn't smoke, because that has to take a whole look. I used to smoke cigars kind of heavy, and it takes a toll on you. I mean, people, it's like, it doesn't get you high. Like, why? It's like, no, but like, it affects you.
It gives you a little buzz.
It affects you, especially if you're smoking and drinking at the same time. Like, it's harsh. And if you are not,
expensive habits.
I guess you can get more used to it to where it doesn't affect you. It was never like that for me. If I was going to smoke cigars and have, some scotch, you know what I'm saying? I was in straight leisure time. I didn't even really want to be I really couldn't even host shows like that. But, everybody's different. But I just think, it's the thing where, like, for whatever reason, this is just a generation. We loved Michael Jordan so much, and we bought the shoes, and I want to be like Mike. And it bothers us to see somebody else be great.
Don't bother me.
I think it's even past that, because it's almost like people act like you can't like more than one player at the same time. It's like you know what I'm saying, some kind of lore if you like Jordan and LeBron and Kobe. It's like you can't like all three of them. You have to like one. So when Kobe retired, it's like everybody gravitated that didn't mess with LeBron gravitated to Steph Curry. So anytime, or Kevin Durant.
So if we gonna give somebody some heat, why don't we give Kevin Durant the heat anymore?
We need to give him a brush,
because he's not LeBron. He wasn't the one that was named the chosen one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, it's weird in every facet that just to pretty much be off of LeBron, it's like you got to pick somebody else. So as soon as something bad happens to Bron, it's like, yes, we got him. We finally got him. But it's bad man.
But it's adults though. It's like people that
it is.
It's a grown men that have recitals to go to for their children that are writing 12 paragraphs on Facebook about what LeBron didn't do tonight at 65 years old. I'm like, fam, what time the recital start? Like, don't you got to pick somebody up from band practice? Like, why are you? I don't know, man.
You can like more than one NBA player. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's cultural too, because that's one stereotype that I've always, quote unquote, stereotype as relates to the black community that I've agreed with. We always pit each other against. It's rap, actors, whatever. It's always somebody versus somebody else. You can't just be like, yeah, I like Jordan. Yep, like LeBron too. Like Kobe too. Like whoever. Can't be that way. You got to pick a side. It's just always been like that. Though? I think so.
No, I don't think it. When it comes to, because you can look at these sports commentators and they are across. Now, mind you, I will say this.
That's what I got the most experience in.
As much as I think LeBron is great. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player I have ever seen. If somebody could talk to me about some, what's his name?
It's Cap.
What's his name? Who played for the Celtics?
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. I mean, 11 championships. That's incredible. But like I said, there was like 8 teams in the league.
Oh, here we go.
No
Jordan
free agency. But Michael Jordan, like when you watch The Last Dance and you see what this cat did, I'm sorry. Like that was the most. I'm so glad we had that during the pandemic to kind of bond over.
Listen,
there's nobody. He's just. Yeah,
Cap.
Jordan
Cap,
is the GOAT, and
that's Cap. Jay Brooks.
It's not. You can't say that's Cap because you got to understand what he's done. And I can say that he's a GOAT because when they made one GOAT, it wasn't the only one that was out there in the pasture. There's plenty of goats.
I like the passer.
There's plenty of goats that can roam.
I like the passer.
So
why
Jordan
why don't people believe that? What is
I don't know.
I don't get it, bro. Like, and
I'm sorry,
I'm a person that does not like Michael Jordan because
you're a Pacers fan.
Because I'm a Pacers fan.
Yeah, see, I didn't like him whenever he played the Pacers. And I couldn't stand the Bulls.
He gave you reasons not to.
But I still love Michael Jordan was the best ball player. Reggie Miller was my favorite back then.
Absolutely.
But Michael Jordan, if I have to be honest,
yes,
was the best person in the league.
Okay.
And I would be stupid to say anything else. And honestly, he changed the game and is still the GOAT. I can say LeBron is the GOAT too. I can say Steph Curry is well on his way to being, you know what I'm saying? You can.
I'm with you on that.
Kobe.
I mean, because the thing is, you can always, like, if you want to hate, you can always poke holes in somebody's championship or something in their resume, because you could be like, well, Michael wouldn't have got that first one if James Worthy wasn't hurt and Magic wasn't going through what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always somebody who can say something about, and you could say the same thing. Well, Magic wouldn't have got that one in '88 because Isaiah was hurt.
Everybody's era can be picked apart.
You can always pick things apart, but at the end of the day, when you have that ring on your finger, don't nobody care about that other stuff.
Yeah,
LeBron's the best and most complete basketball player I've ever seen. I stand on that.
I can stand on that and say that still Michael Jordan was the best.
I would be ignorant to call it Cap. You can't say if somebody says Michael Jordan is the greatest that is Cap.
What you mean? I mean, it's just in my opinion. Yeah, he's not.
You can say I don't believe that.
What you?
I have a way to.
Let me dress it up better.
You can't say it's just Cap.
I'll dress it up better.
You're lying. That's Cap. No.
I'll dress it up better for you. I disagree, but I respect your opinion.
Okay.
You like that?
All right.
There we go.
Respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I respectfully. I ain't gonna do Cap. We see it differently. How about that?
That's fine.
It's a little gray area there.
Yeah, that's
but for the people who cannot acknowledge the greatness they're seeing, what LeBron has done in year 20. Like, you got to realize this team was in 13th place, at the All-Star break.
And shout out to Carmelo Anthony, too, for retiring. Hell of a career.
The thing is, he could have played. Like, I feel like he had something left in the tank. Of course, being a degenerate gambler, I looked at his numbers from last year when I would put in him. He was always a good player on my fantasy squads, my nightly fantasy.
That might be something we get to do in Patreon, man. Try to get Jay Moore with some tips, because you
don't want tips from me, because I win on sports I don't pay no attention to.
That boy
I hit a lick on NASCAR this weekend, baby. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I know is, like, there's one I know. I always put Bubba Wallace in my lineups because he's the only black driver.
Jay Moore be like, yeah, man. He come in before the show, he'd be like, yeah, man, I hit $75 on fencing. I'm like,
okay,
what?
no, I'm not that bad. I got a partner that'll bet on women's European basketball. I was like, I am not in that place.
Well, bless his heart.